What's up, guys? I hope that you are doing well and fine. So our topic for today is how to create a database using your Apache server. At the same time, we will use the Xampp. So let us begin. Let us click first the PhpMyAdmin, and at the same time, of course, this is the dashboard of your Xampp. So we will start first to create a database by clicking the new button. Okay, let us click this one. Now we'll create our database right here. So we'll create first our database data 10. Okay, this is your database. That's data 10. So database are sets of records. That's the purpose of that. At the same time, if we have a database, we will create our own table. Table is, well, of course, we create a table. But with the table, well, of course, we can just say reg10. The purpose of this table is to provide rows and columns for the field names and for the values. Okay, so you have the keys and the values right there. So we're gonna click right here and we provide three only. Okay, we have the ID number, we have the quotes and the quotations. Okay, now this is now where we put the name of the table. So we have here, of course, like for example, the ID number, and this is integer, and of course the value should be 5. Okay, it's up to you, but it depends to your preferences. And we go to the next part of the column. So we have here, the purpose of this is to create the auto incrementation. So we have the incrementation right here, this primary key. So every time that you insert the information, you don't need to write the number, but again, it will be provided. Okay, next. All right, we go right here. So this is where we create the Q1. That's the code of field codes, and we need to create the classifications for quotations application. So we have wellness, health, and we have science, something like that. So we create here the bar chart. We put here 50, okay, and of course we have here the quotes. All right. So we are inserting this thing into our table, and then this is bar chart. Okay, so you need to put 50. After that, what will happen? So let us save this thing. Now, let's say we need to insert, of course, the records in our database. All right, by using the sum, of course, you can use the insert, here, and then we create here. You don't need anymore to put the value here. Okay, no more value here. But again, you can just type here, start with the code one. So code one is just like we're talking about wellness or health. So this is the classification for that. So let's say we have health. Sorry, health is wealth. Okay. And then we have another one here. So we can say we don't need to put any more here. So we have health. Okay. Okay. Health, sorry. And then we have here health. Oops, is power. Now we will close this way. And we have, of course, the following information for that. So it is the sequence generated right here. So you have here insert table registration one, and this is the fields for our database name one, data one, and of course we fuse that in your table that is reg10, and we have here the following. So mean to say null is just like it is auto incremented, and we have the following sets of values in our table. Let me to say we have two records right now. So if we put it this way, we have two records. That's it. So we have here, of course, the following health is wealth, and health is power. Okay, so the next part is, of course, we need to create our program. So what's that program? Program for the PHP. So we'll start to create the program right here, our program here. Okay, so what we do program? Program is, of course, to create our front end. All right, so what we do the front end? Front is just like we enter the code, the Q1, and we enter the code. So we start with our table. Okay, so we start here. Doc type. At the same time, we have, of course, HTML. So before that, well, of course, we need to check first the preferences. Same time, we need to check the syntax of our program. Okay, so the program should be in step in hyper in the PHP. Okay, so this is the code. Okay, oh sorry. So we have here, sorry, I mean syntax, and then we have here the PHP. Okay, so what will happen is preferences. I would like to check it again. Okay, syntax, and that's PHP start. Okay, that's it. So next is, of course, we start with the program. So this is the front end for that. The purpose of front end is for the entry. Okay, this is simple program. Okay, this is good. This is applied to all applications. Like for example, if you want to create your PHP project, specific for the students writing your application for the PHP program. So you have here the XML, and we have, of course, the title. Then we have here, okay, Power Qoutes for the day. Qoutes. Okay. Okay, so we have the title right here, and of course we have also our say we have here the head. This is where we put of course, this is where we put, of course, the framework for the program. So we can say that this is for the framework or other things we're discussing in style sheets. We can put here the W3 3 CSS framework, right? Sorry. framework. Okay. Then we have the framework here. So we'll have to link the framework of your. Be sure that you are connected to your internet. So if you want to have an independent connection, you can download this thing. Style sheet. Okay, style. I'm sorry. I was just tired of typing shit. And we have here href. So what will be the, this is like you're getting the REST program, representation state transfer program, and then we will put we will post of what you call this point this to the W3 schools. But you can download this independently in your folder. You can use your root folder for this one, and then we will put this W3 CSS, and then we have here 4. Okay, 3 CSS 4. Then we have W3 point CSS. You can download this thing if you want. Okay, this is where you go to your program. Okay, that's it. So what's next is, of course, that's the most important part. If you don't want to put the ornament, then of course you can omit this thing, and then we're gonna start with PHP. Oops, no, sorry. This is not PHP, but again, we start with, of course, our program here. First form, and then we have here force action. At the same time, we have here, of course, the form action, and then we call the program. What's the program there? The program is string 10.php. Okay, so we have to use the method cost. Okay, that's it. After that, of course, we have to create the program here for the input process. We have to put it here. Let's say P. We have to put more color, then red. Then, of course, we have here quotes. Quotes up. Okay, so we have BR, and then input, enter what? We're gonna enter here, of course, the Q1. Okay, then input type equals to, we have here the text. Same time we have the name for the variable, so let us put this as reg1. And at the same time we have for the reg1 software for the reg1, we have to this is to create a variable for the program. Same time we have to put here required, and well, after required, what else? So we can say we have here the placeholder. The placeholder is where we put, of course, the text in the label, of course, in the 8 blocks of the data where you encode the entry. Okay, let's say we'll put here is Q1 label. Okay. Now let us go back from the top. Okay, here we create the division, and then we can put some ornamented statement right here for the form, because we already downloaded this. Same time we're pointing here, so we need to maximize this thing. So from here we can save, of course, class. And we're talking about class. That's really a pre-template coming from your W3.css, and we will use the let's say W3, and then dash container. Where can you find this? Of course, just go to your W3 schools and of course check out the following classes for this background. W3 what blue color. All right, that's it. So we have done for that. We are done for this, and we put the title here. So let's say H2, and then let's say well, I would like to transfer here. Instead of putting it right here, we'll have to put it at the top. Okay, so no, this is enter Q1, and we'll put here the title again. Okay, so Power Qoutes. Okay, that would be the title of the application right now. All right, that's it. Now that is, of course, we need to encode the next part of the program. So we have already done here for the label. Let us break the line here. Okay, and then of course we will copy this. We don't need anymore to put, of course, the ID number, because ID number is part of the null statement from auto-incremented fields of your of that table, right? So enter what quotation, quotes. Okay, that's it. So we have here, of course, the quotes. Let us put your Q1. We're gonna label this thing reg1 in Q1, and we have, of course, the input type equals to, say, well, of course, we have here submit, and then we put the following. Of course, we have to put it store, and then name equals to store1. Okay, we'll be using this inside the PHP program. So we have to end it right here. Okay, we have the HTML, the form, and we have, of course, the not the HTML, but we need to close this thing. Then we have, of course, the HTML. So if we run this program, okay, let us first save this program. Okay, let's just test that. We have this thing, and we have, of course, here following form for the input type, and of course, we're gonna put also the class right here. The purpose of this is to create an ornamented type of input so that we could have a cool type of output. Okay, W3 input. This is now let me explain this. What's the purpose of this input? This is part of your class design at the top. We'll copy this. This is for the input. Input is part of your HTML tags. That is your element, right? And we'll put it right here also. Where you can in any placement you can do it anywhere if you want. So I'll put it right here. So you can put again here. The first part is we can use the class right here. Okay, this is pre-going, and put it right here. There you go. Now we'll save this. Okay, so let's save that. Save us, and then I will go to stud. This is my my folder. I will save this as what Q1. Okay, Q1.php short one. Well, that's it. So we'll move it, and then go here. Of course, we're going here, and then from here, well, of course, we can type again. Okay, or maybe somewhere here, or we can use another browser. Alright, so here we can use it here. Okay, just type it here. So from here we can type, of course, localhost. Local host. Alright, there you have it. At the same time, in your localhost, we can type your stud, and then for Q1 point, let's say PHP. Alright, or Q1.html. Sorry, where's that? Okay, I will check it again. Where did I put it? Okay. So I have here, let us check it again. Of course, this is where we put it here. Some. And then we have to check here, it is the docs. Then I have here Q1.php. So I will check it again right here. I will save it again. Okay. Sorry about that. We'll save it. Okay, file. Then save us. Then save it to, well, we can use what HTML. Let us find here the HTML program. HTML program. Okay, or maybe I can type it here. Where's that HTML? The recorded what you call this tab is covering my my screen, so that's why I'm having hard time to check this thing. So this HTML right here. So let's check it's in save q1.html. Okay, thank you for that. We have to go back right here. Okay, so from here I will type again local host. Okay, local. No, I having a hard time with the recording stuff is covering my thing. Oops, so local host. Okay, and then I'll put it here, stud, and the copy again Q1. Okay, this is the best thing. Okay, okay, Q1.html. Okay, this is the output for the front end. Oh, this is the output for the front end. So we have here the input, U level. So let us see. Let us what you call this modify it a bit, because we have to enter Q, and this is enter Q code. So we have to put here enter codes right here. Okay, that's it. Enter what? Enter codes for the day. Okay, we save it again. All right, and then we go back to our browser. Okay, there you have it, and then we again enter this. So we have your enter code. So therefore we have to, no, I will change this again, this codes. I think we have wrong information from here. Okay, we have to what you call this, remove this thing again. All right, it is to tidy up our program, the Power Qoutes. We have the Power Qoutes here, title slash title head. Same time we have here the head, and then Power Qoutes. Okay, so the output is not that good. Okay, because we have here the missing part for the bits. Okay, we have to check it again here. All right, before we proceed to the next topic, we have to tidy up this code again for you to understand it. Okay, so we have to find codes. Okay, where's that? Okay, I will copy it again. Okay, patience is a virtue, so we have to copy this. Okay, Control C, then we go back to our title. my editor is a Sublime text editor, so it's not a problem. Then, okay, so we have here piece style, color, and then we have here quotes. Okay, so we need to erase this thing. Okay, that's it. Save and go back from here. Then we again what you call this, enter this. Okay, voila, we have entered Q1 label. And okay, so that is part. Now the next thing is we're gonna create a program so that we can store the information. This is part of the CRUD statement. So in CRUD you have to create, read, update, and delete. This one we're creating our Power Qoutes to create simple codes for the day, and then we have to start it up in our database. Okay, so we'll have to continue this. Okay, we'll prepare first our PHP program. Okay, the next part of our program is to create a backend program. That's how we fetch information from our front end. So this is the front end, and I want to copy this. All right. This is to hasten our work. Okay, we'll copy this. Same time here, of course, we need to validate the connection. Okay, need to what you call this test the connection here. Test the connection of the Apache server. Okay, so we have to have the Apache server. You can install it here. Okay, so in PHP. And then we need to what? Oops, sorry, that's not PHP create. So we have to create a variable here, link equals to. And then, well, you need to review also and to study your what you call this your syntax in SQL. So this is localhost. Localhost is equivalent to what? Of course, if we want to put it around, of course we have this 1 to 7, that's 0, that's 0 to 1. That's still akin to each other. Okay. Local, so maybe you can create a variable at the top, but for now this is a plain simple programming, so we have to call directly the host program right here. Okay, to make it way more cooler and better for those who are starting to learn this program. This is the user, the root, and we have here. You try to check also the configuration privileges of your PHP-MyAdmin, and then we have the database. Database is I think data 10. If you guys recall that, so we need to put that to quotation because this is not a variable. This is just like name of your database. Okay, no need to use die or die. That's enough. Okay, that's correct. So after that, what will happen? So we will have to check the connectivity here. So what's the connection? If and then string link. Okay, it's very simple and clean. True. False. I'm sorry, false. So if this is false, what will happen here? Of course, we need to of course say die and then error in connection. Then we can put also the constant of basic referrum. Okay, that's the constant. I call it constant or the PHP what you call the functions for that. And then we put here okay space and then we put the space right here for a breather, and then we have to put SQL, and then we have error. Okay, that's it. Don't forget the semicolon. All right, so that's it. If the connection is wrong right here, we'll force this will stop right here. Force stop. All right. Next is, of course, if it is connected, what will happen? If it is connected, okay, it's quite simple. So we need to inject first here, of course, the echo what? Let's say echo, let's say h2, and then put here, of course. I just want to put here. What's the purpose of this? This is to level, of course, the statements where there's an update for the codes if the codes are working for not or not. That's the purpose of that. And then I put it right here. Okay, now it's not error, but of course processing. Sorry, I'm thinking about errors. Okay, so this is it. All right, next is what happened after that. So we will proceed to the next part. The first part is of course validation, connections, and at the same time we will what you call this check the variable. The variable for the first part was of course the to submit the variable is of course we have here to store. So create the global array functions for the string underscore post for the program. Okay, so we have to choose here. Okay, what's the purpose of iset? Purpose of iset is in simple term. This is how you create your. This is how you instigate or of course to check if the variable is working or not or something like that. So that's the simple explanation so far I can give to you. So if I set and then you put the global functions here, global variable for that is what? What's that again? Of course, we go back right here. That's Q1. At the same time, we have here store one. So we need to use what? Store one. Okay, let us go right here. Another condition. So we have two conditions right here. From here, this is of course the outer part and of course the inner part. All right, let us move it right here. Okay, that's it. Now the next part is of course if the connection is correct, what will happen? So we need now of course to go to the next process. That process is to create of course the SQL. All right, what's the SQL there? So we need to create of course the SQL. Okay, the query. So we have to insert. So this is part of your SQL commands. I told you to review SQL commands and of course into. And then what's the name of the table? Let us call again, of course, the table that we have created in the first part of our program. So we have the table here. Of course, the table is, of course, that is reg 10. Okay, so we put here reg 10, small letter, and then same time we put here, of course, the fixed the field sets of your reg10. So we have the following. What are the fields there that we can see in reg10? So let us go back. So for the reg10, we had ID number. Okay, I am right. So we need to check it first here, and then go back to our localhost. Okay, let us check our localhost right here. All right, let us check our localhost. Okay, local host, and then we have here, of course, I'm sorry, local host. Then we have here phpMyAdmin. Let us check that. So we have data 10 right here. At the same time, let us check what's the structure of our database. So we have the following. We need to, of course, we need to check that. Okay, we have to go right here, and then of course we have the reg10 right here, and then we have the structure right here. So we have the following ID number, Q1, and codes. Okay, so ID number, Q1, and codes. Let us go back right here again to our program. So we have your ID number, then Q1, and quotes. All right, so that's it. So we need to put the values. So the values will be what, of course, we have the following values here. So these are the values right now. So we have here, of course, the reg1, reg2, and reg3. But before that, well, of course, we need to check again. Okay, we haven't yet, assigned this variable at the top. So we need to create our, what you call this, our variable here. All right. Okay, so the purpose of that is to create a variable for the following. So the variable for the following is convert. I'm sorry, this is convert first the variable to PHP. So to do that, okay, let us go right here at the top. So we have here if link, okay, connectivity, and then we have to go right here. So where's that? After the iset, okay. So we have to put it right here. Now, the first part of the variable is, of course, we need to create a variable. We'll make it so simple and easy. So we have string, and then we let's say for Q1 we have to say A1, okay, and we have string A2, okay. We have to prepare for that. Easy to remember. Equals, and then string post, okay. This is the variable coming from your PHP, from your stable rather. So we have reg1 and Q1. I will copy this and then you put it right here, and then of course, okay, that's it. The purpose of this is to fetch the variable from your what? Variable from your HTML, and then string post, okay. This is to fetch the variable from PHP going here, so that we can have a minimum variable, okay. This is to pass the variable, okay. So Q1, all right, and then we have to go here Q1, okay, Q1, okay. Now that's it. So what happened is, of course, this is the time that we insert the table. So the table, the following is, we need to copy this thing, okay. This is what, because we already passed this stable variable to this PHP variable, so we put it here. Okay, cool, right? And then we have only two things because that the ID numbers is already incremented, so there's no need for that. But if we want to put it here, we can put here, of course, here now to just part of completion of the variable, and then it will be incremented. Okay, so we can erase this, and then we put it here, then something like this, and then of course that's it. So this is now your statement. After that, what will happen? So we have, of course, the validation. Same time, we have here the variable. Same time, what will happen is, of course, we need to echo it right here. Okay, what will happen is, of course, this is what will happen. Okay, you put here what echo, what inserting data. Okay, that's it. And then after that, so we have to again, after inserting the data, you need to validate it again if the data is being inserted or not. So we'll say if, okay, again, we have to MySQLi and then of course query. The command for this is to check if the statement is what is really working or not, link this connection, and of course we have to put it, of course, here, SQL. This is the SQL, okay? So if it's working, what will happen? Of course, I will again create another statement here. And of course, we can say, okay, I will say echo, and then let's say, of course, we can say this is records added. Let's make it simple. Okay, let's put the ornamental later on. So after that, what will happen? Well, of course, we have the echo right there. Same time, well, of course, we can add the instructions right here. The purpose of this is where is you create, of course, the instructions for your query. Okay. That is what was the purpose of this? Because I would like also to invoke another statements right here. This is the style of, let's put some spicy in our code. Okay, div. I will create a div here so that I can also say h1, and then we have to class. Okay, you combine now your what, your HTML3 and of course your PHP for the code. So we could pick blue. Okay, this is the class right now, and then of course, well, this is the technique. Creating the chunks of your records added. Okay, I will that again. This is part of that. So just getting some I want to replicate it. Okay, so records added. And then we have here, of course, H1. Okay, that's it. So after that, of course, we end it right here. All right, don't be confused about this. No? We'll go back right here after this, okay, in this code. And after that, we have here, this is part of your statement at the top of the program. And again, after conditions, what will happen? Of course, well, of course, next is, again, sparing of PHP. And then, of course, sorry, it's automated type of, PHP. And then, of course, we can put here, of course, else. Well, of course, we have the else statement right here. And of course, here, all right. So the statement is to say echo. Okay, echo. I think you know what's the statement here. Wrong errors. No, we can put here could not add file, add records. Okay, that's it. All right. All right. So that's it. So after that, what will happen is we need to continue. After that, of course, we have here this echo not add file. So we will now what you call this as part of the closing statement. We can what you call this. This is part of the statement. So we can close now the program. So MySQLi. Then we have here close. Okay, and then we put here string what link. All right, that's it. So I think that's pretty cool, right? So we have here this link here right here. And at the same time, of course, well, after that, so what's the purpose of this? Okay, main if statement. Okay, at the top. I think you are familiar with school main statement at the top, and then we put here. Of course, this is now the closing part of the closing part here. Okay, closing part of the first program, and then we put here, of course, slash HTML, slash HTML, slash body, and then slash HTML. So we have to stop it right here. Okay, and then we come back again to debug the codes and to run the program. So far, we have two programs right here. So the first part of the program is this Xampp-PhpMyAdmin. The purpose of this is to enter all information coming from our front-end program, and we created the variables to be fetched by the back-end program. So this is the back-end program right now. So the program for the PHP is we have here the program rec.php, but we can put the program in one action. But again, to make what you call this an intuitive type of explanation, so we need to separate this thing in another sets of files. So we have here the rec.php. So again, we call, of course, the the WTCS is just for the ornamented stuff. And at the same time, we connect to our programmable plain simple type instructions, and of course, we validate it. We can put not here. At the same time, we create the placement of codes. We can put it inside this block statement. So here we have we have the variable of store one. This purpose of this is to click the button. Once we click the button, it's the time that we fetch information for the rec1, q1. This is the rec1 and q1. Remember, rec1 and q1. We have it here. Same time, we converted this variable to path with our PHP variable, and then we now start to communicate to our SQL. And this is how we now augment this variable so that we can insert that in our rec10. Okay. So I'm putting the inserting statement right here so that we can also check if this is really what you call this if the code is inserting the data in our table. So we again call them SQL query. Of course, this is to validate if this link is executed, if this link is connected at the same time, and if this SQL is executed automatically, we can say records added. All right. And what's the purpose of this? Just like we are creating a chunk of codes. Okay. So we started with our PHP at the top. Okay. For your automation, you can create, combine chunk of codes and of course create a connectivity using this. Now, so for the connectivity, you notice that we don't have the statement of the next bracket because we stuck it right here. This is where we continue the statement here using the HTML. That's cooler, right? And after that, of course, we have here, of course, another statement where we drop the error. If the statement from the top is not executed, then it will go right here. And at the same time, we close the link. So this link is part of what's that misstatement right here? So the misstatement is right here. Okay, this is a misstatement for that. So if I said this is where we create, of course, the outer statement, statement of the code. Okay, blocks. So this is the outer statement blocks. This is the outer statement for that. Now, inside outer blocks, we have the inner statement here, and force connectivity, a forced particular statement from here. Okay. So when we run the program, of course, we save the program again. Okay, save that, and then we go to our code. Okay, we'll just check that this is the code. All right. So when we run the program, okay, we will enter wellness, and enter, for example, health. Oh, sorry, my bad. Health is wealth. Okay, health is wealth plus. Okay. Now, when we run the program, okay, what will happen? Let us check if there are some errors in the code. Okay, so could not add records column count. What's that mean? No, columns could count doesn't match the volume count on true. Now this is quite good. This is not my error, but again, I'm putting the error right here in the main code. Look at this. What happened? This is nice. Why? We integrated here, of course, the MySQL error. The purpose of this is to catch the error, to track the error. So we cannot insert the error. Why? Let us check our code right here. I think the code is here. Yes, because in our previous example, we have already created out incremented type of data. We don't need to put the ID number right here, but instead we can put null. Okay, we can put null, or maybe we can just use this thing, the Q1 quotes. All right, Q1 quotes is part of our table right here. Look at this. Okay, so we have here that table from the Q1 code. So this is what ID number Q1 equals. This is incremented, right? Let us go back here. Let us check again, and then let us debug that. So we will erase this. Okay, now it is tidy. And of course, look at the code. It is clean, right? So now, if you want to avoid injection, then we can use the real escape string. Okay, later on, of course, in the future discussion, we can use this to avoid any SQL injection. All right. So let us use plain and simple coding right here. So we will run the program again and save this file. Okay. Remember, you can put, of course, this is part of the container. This is part only of the ornamented class of your W3CSS. At the same time, of course, you can erase this if you want. So we can say, of course, okay, record is now working. Okay. So we have to work it out, and maybe you can put it here inside also. Maybe you can put it here inside if you want. All right, so we will save this file. Let us see what will happen. Good luck to all of us. Then we run the program. Okay, from here. Okay, Power Qoutes, and then let us check it again. All right, so we take local. Okay, I cannot see because there is a local host, and then I will type again. I'm sorry, local host, and then stood, and then we will type the Q1 void stem. I cannot see the screen right now because there's a label for, yes, that's it. So Q1, let's just say wellness, and then let's say jogging is power. Okay, let's say that's the codes. So we started it, inserting records now working. Okay, so this is recorded automatically. Why is it? This is now, of course, the production of this code. Okay, that's the technique of that. Okay, this is the production for that. So we create a chunk of PHP at the top. All right, here. At the same time, we edit right here, and then we create a condition, and then again we inserted. Of course, this is where we insert the code for your HTML. Okay, okay. Inserting HTML codes for alternative conditions. Okay, it's cooler, right? So that's it. So we have it here. At the same time, we continue here to again create another what we call this validation, and then we print here. This is where we end the first statement. What's that first statement? Of course, the first statement is right here. Okay, this is the first statement. I'm sorry, the outer statement is right here. Sorry, this is not the outer statement. But my mistakes because I did not able to see that here at the top. So this is the outer statement. Okay. All right, that's it. So that's it. So we have here, of course, the output, and at the same time, let us check what will happen. So let us go again and of course check it right here. Okay, I will again check the browser. Okay, when you browse the program, of course I have here wellness jogging power. So we have, I think I of course 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because I deleted 3 and 4 for for my previous what you call this experiment. So that's all for now. If you of course if you uh, if you like this channel, I suppose that you like this channel, please don't forget to share and subscribe. Thank you so much, and more power.